Her name was Saida. She grew up in a modest home in a quiet neighborhood where people learned early how to survive without luxury. Saida was never ashamed of her simple life. She believed that dignity mattered more than wealth, and kindness more than status. From a young age, she learned how to be patient, how to stay strong, and how to love deeply, even when love demanded sacrifice. She never imagined that love would one day become her greatest test. That love came in the form of Jay. They met at university. At first, it was nothing special: a shared class, a casual conversation, a smile that lingered a little too long. Then came long walks after lectures, coffee breaks that stretched into hours, and conversations that felt effortless. Slowly, without realizing it, Saida loved Jahangir not for his money, but for his gentleness. Jahangir loved Saida because, for the first time in his life, he felt seen, not as a rich man's son, but as himself. Their happiness didn't last long. Jahangir's mother, Malika, was a woman used to control. She had built her life on reputation, connections, and appearances. To her, marriage was not about love. It was about power, alliances, and prestige. When she learned about Saida, her face hardened. "This girl is not suitable for you," she said coldly. "She has no status, no background, no future." Jahangir tried to argue. For the first time, he stood up to his mother. "I love her," he said firmly. But love meant little inside a house ruled by pressure. Malika cried, relatives interfered, friends whispered doubts into his ears. His father stayed silent, a silence that carried more authority than any argument. Day by day, the pressure grew heavier. One evening, Jahangir met Saida and looked at her with eyes full of pain. He said, "We can't see each other anymore." No explanation, no excuses, just silence. Saida didn't beg. She didn't cry in front of him. She simply nodded, even though her heart shattered into pieces. That night, she went home and cried until morning. From that day on, she learned how to live with absence. She woke up every morning, went to work, smiled at people, all while carrying an ache that never fully healed. Meanwhile, Jahangir was pushed into a marriage he never wanted. A grand wedding was organized. Music, guests, expensive gifts, everything looked perfect, except his heart. Life after marriage was empty. His wife cared about appearances, not feelings. She loved the lifestyle, not the man. Conversations were cold, nights were silent, and joy never entered their home. Jahangir often stood by the window late at night, remembering Saida's laughter, her honesty, her quiet strength. 2 years passed. The marriage collapsed under the weight of indifference. They divorced. For the first time, Jahangir felt free and unbearably alone. One ordinary afternoon, destiny intervened. He saw Saida on the street. She had changed, stronger, calmer, more confident, but her eyes still carried the same depth. They froze. No words were necessary. They began meeting again, slowly, carefully, afraid to hope too much. This time, Jahangir was different, determined, unafraid. "I will never leave you again," he said. "Not for anyone." When Jahangir told his family the truth, chaos followed. His mother resisted. She threatened. She cried. But Jahangir didn't step back. "This is my life," he said. "I choose her." For the first time, Malika realized she was losing control. The wedding was simple, no luxury, no spectacle, but it was filled with sincerity. Soon after, Saida and Jahangir left the city. They moved far away, to start over where no one knew their past. A new life, a quiet home, a love that had survived everything. True love is not easy. It is tested, broken, rebuilt. But when it is real, it endures. And sometimes the longest road leads to the happiest ending.